Hi, I'm Melinda Goodwin. I'm a luxury real estate agent here in Southern Utah, as well as a luxury real estate advisor. I do daily videos on YouTube to help real estate agents market their hard to sell listings and their luxury listings. The purpose of these videos is to, one, get that listing sold, two, maybe double side it because I'm teaching you how to find that buyer yourself, and three, get more listings. Can't complain. Today we're going to talk about innovative marketing ideas. Now, I know in the past we've always talked how just listed, just sold cards work immensely. And the reason they work is because we are not marketing ourselves essentially in just listed, just sold. We're marketing our action of how we sold our product or how we just listed our product. And our product is that house. And that's the real reason why they work so well. It's not a blanket market of, look at me, I'm your next real estate agent. It's look at what I've done. This is the type of house I sold. Call me if you want any more information. So it works super well. And I think that if you're not using just listed, just sold, you absolutely, period, hands down, have to start using those. But let's talk about different marketing. I mean, I don't want to just pound just listed, just sold because there's more marketing out there. If you watch different companies and you see all the things they do, we need to take the nuggets from what they do and make it work in our industry, right? So we do property flyers, which is very important in your brand. If you're using a certain type of paper, they use that same type of paper with every property flyer. We talked about how it's set up a certain way so that when people see that property flyer, they know it's you, and it's set up that same way every single time. That is super, super important. You can't vary on things once you see what appeals to the eye and works. You have to be consistent in that manner. And, of course, postcards. But let's talk about something a little different. There's a title guy here in our town, and I absolutely love him. He's probably my go-to guy for everything because he sometimes thinks my ideas are a little crazy, but he's willing and ready to just support me and help me find whatever information I need to find. And I want to thank you, Dan, for doing that. But here is what I've watched him do. Consistently, he comes into every real estate agent's office, and that's their job. He's the marketer for this particular title company, and he gives out notebooks and pens and paper and stationery and small gifts and things like that. And, that's fine. We do that in loans as well, but here's what's different about Dan. Dan will do that every week. Every week, at least once a week, you're going to see Dan. And if you see Dan and he doesn't have the product you want, because I love these certain notebooks he gives me, I say, hey, Dan, bring me some notebooks. And instead of bringing me one notebook, he'll bring me 5. Because he knows I love them. They work perfect. I use them for everything. And I want you guys to know that this pen right here, if it said Melinda Goodwin Luxury Real Estate Agent on it, is not going to get me a listing. It's not. I can hand deliver pens all over my entire farm area. This pen will not get me a listing. But me going to the homeowner and saying, hey, I haven't been for a while. It's been a month. I decided to give you some pens this time. So, write down things. It works really good. It's a felt pen. I love it because it's blue, it's purple, it's green, whatever. And, it's a pen. The key is the communication from me to you, from me to the door I just knocked. It's the communication and it's the consistency. So if I do pens one time, and I find pens are very expensive, and so I don't do them the next time, that's fine. Well, let me do some stationery, or let me do some, a small gift, or a notebook, or, like I do my books, right? I don't do them every month, but if you've lived in my neighborhood, you've gotten my book that I've written, right? So I do that because I want to be top of mind, but it's also to give me a reason to go to their house. It's not just knocking on the door. Hey, do you know anybody who wants to buy and sell a house today? It's me going, hey, I just wrote this book. Thought you might like it. If you don't want it, that's absolutely fine. Why don't you give it to somebody who you think is going to sell their house in the near future, and maybe they'll use me. Cool. Thanks. See you next month. The consistency and everything else is the key. And I've hounded that to death. I don't even know how. It's so valuable. It's things that we don't do because we get busy. You know, we get busy with our kids and our family and everything else, and the last thing you do is think about, oh, I gotta knock this door. But I'm telling you right now, if you knock 20 doors a day for a month, and you start the next month over, and those same 20 doors, in 3 months, they will know who you are. They absolutely will know who you are, and 20 doors is not that many. You can do it. Okay, so what about giving some educational material? We've talked about this a little bit, but not much. You know, people are always wanting to be educated on that, and that's part of why this book sells so well, is so received, is because it's all about how to sell your house. It's things that we as agents already know, but maybe the people who we're delivering the book to doesn't know. And you can buy those from me because I have this little to and from page, and you can write your name and information in there. It's awesome, cheap. So PM me or message me if you're interested in that. But let's talk about direct copywriting. So Ryan Fletcher has a book. It's called Defeat Mega Agents, and his thing is about copyright. It's about writing newsletters, the old-fashioned newsletters, but doing it in a manner that puts you top of mind and makes it non-confrontational. I loved his book, absolutely loved it. I thought maybe I had written that book myself. He's a great guy. I'll give you his link at the bottom. But I also read this one. It's called No BS Direct Marketing. It's written by Dan Kennedy. And in the back, he talks about doing some copyright and how to make that work for you. One of the things I've done in previous businesses is went to newspapers. They're always looking for filler, and they'll put your article in for free. So you can write an article about, you know, I don't know, cleaning out your gutters every spring and how to do that and how to dispose of the dirt and gunk or whatever, and then put your business name on the end of it. You get that article in your newspaper for free because they're always looking for little fillers. So make sure you try to do that. This one, the Ultimate Sales Letter, it's a pretty good one, and it's also written by Dan Kennedy. And it talks about copywriting, but it really sets it specific how to do each newsletter, and so it makes it super easy. I do that, and that's one of the reasons why I wrote my book, is because I knew I kept writing the same stuff over and over, so I just put it all in one book. It's 32 pages, and I print it. So the key here, the thing you want to go home with today is it's very important, because we've been talking about marketing plans and strategies and farming and everything. It's important that you know that making a marketing plan is just the beginning. That's just the start. You must review it. You must review it regularly and adjust it, and it needs to keep it fresh to be effective. So as we're going through our marketing plan, we're reviewing to make sure everybody gets all the ideas they need to get, and all the doors we're knocking and the people we're talking to, every time it's fresh and innovative, so that we don't become boring, and that we hit that one person when they're ready to, with the right answers. Because that's really what sales is solving a problem for somebody, right? So we want to, you might have talked to Joan 9 times. It's been 9 months, and 9 months you've knocked on her door, and then month 10 you say something that sounds like absolute brilliance, and now Joan lists her house with you. Consistency regular adjustment, evaluation. That's what you need. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow.